In this video, we'll give you a clear view of what you can do in Bordeaux. We'll show you everything by category: strolls, night strolls, markets, tours, churches, museums, parks, viewpoints. We are a French family, former travel planners, and we run a user-friendly French travel guide, culturefrancia.com. Check the description, you'll find all our links. First of all, let's start with a quick overview. Bordeaux is known worldwide as the center of the wine-growing region of the same name, and also for its elegant 18th and 19th century architecture. Bordeaux is located in western France, and it's a one-hour ride from the Atlantic Ocean. The city is crossed by the Garonne River, and most of the places to visit are within an area, around 3 kilometers wide as the crow flies. Now, let's see the strolls. First, Bordeaux's Old Town. The historic center of Bordeaux has a very distinctive identity, with an elegant atmosphere. As you walk around, you'll move between squares, shopping streets, and quieter side streets. The overall style is very uniform, which gives the city center a real visual unity. Bordeaux stands out for its blonde and beige tones, and this tone gives the city a refined and bright appearance. This urban harmony is recognized internationally, as Bordeaux's Old Town is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for the quality and unity of its architectural heritage. A large part of this architecture was built from the 18th century onward, with a classical and neoclassical style that still gives the city center a prestigious feel today, with its long rows of facades of classical buildings. That is also why some people see it as a kind of small Paris. Another major strength of the city center is its shopping streets, especially Rue Sainte-Catherine, which is the longest shopping street in Europe. On top of its squares and many stores, this whole area also has a large number of small streets that connect everything together. So you can be in a lively area and then quickly find yourself in a quieter spot, with a few terraces and less of a crowd. Then, on the eastern side of the Old Town, as you head toward the river, you'll arrive at the square called Place de la Bourse. It's Bordeaux's iconic square, surrounded by historic buildings. And on the other side of the street, you'll find the famous water mirror, the largest reflecting pool in the world. Then, at the very north of the Old Town, there is the square called Place des Quinconces. It's the largest square in France and the second largest in Europe. It hosts many events all year round, and it is also known for its tall column and its fountain with horses, which references the French Revolution. Now, along the quay that runs beside the eastern side of the Old Town, you can also take a walk and see this long, uniform row of historic building facades, which is a typical example of Bordeaux architecture. All of it lined with bars, restaurants, and their terraces. Now, just across from the quay, after crossing the street, you'll reach the riverfront reserved for pedestrians and cyclists. Here, you can enjoy a beautiful and relaxing walk along the river, or simply sit down and take a break, a little away from the bustle of the Old Town. Now, let's see the night strolls. First, the Old Town again. Once night falls, depending on the season, when the temperature is pleasant enough. Walking around the old town at night gives it a completely different atmosphere, with some streets becoming quieter while other areas stay full of life. Depending on the night of the week, the terraces can be very lively, especially around the streets where the bars and restaurants are concentrated. And the lighting on some historic building facades also changes the way you see the old town, revealing them from a new perspective. Then, around the water mirror, do not hesitate to come back once night starts to fall, because you'll once again see the facades of the historic buildings reflected in it, but with different color tones. And as you walk along the quay, depending on the night of the week, you may find a lively atmosphere on the terraces of the many bars and restaurants. Now, let's see the markets. First, south of the old town, there is the Marché des Capucins, open almost every morning. It's the city's main food market, and it's indoor. You'll find all kinds of food products there: fish, meat, cured meats, fruit, vegetables, olives, and more. And there are also a few small food stands. Then, along part of the riverfront by the river, there is an outdoor market every Sunday morning. There as well, you can find a wide variety of products: fish, seafood, fruit, vegetables, and more. Then, in the northern part of the city, inside a large hall, there is a mix of market and food court almost every day, with some stalls selling products and others preparing meals, which you can eat inside or on the terrace outside. Now, let's see the tours. There are a lot of activities you can do in Bordeaux, like sightseeing cruises, food tours, and much more. We've got a dedicated page on our website where you'll find a full list with provider recommendations for each one. The link is in the description. Now, let's see the churches. First, Bordeaux Cathedral, which has its bell tower standing separately from the main building. This immense structure was built starting in the 11th century on the site of an older church. The cathedral was gradually expanded over the following centuries, and it doesn't have a truly uniform architectural style, but the dominant style is Gothic. The interior is just as impressive, where you can once again appreciate the grand scale of the building, and you'll find stunning stained glass windows, several religious paintings, and a massive organ. Then there is Saint-Michel Basilica, which also has its bell tower separated from the main building. It was built between the 14th and 16th centuries in the Gothic style. Here as well, along with its beautiful interior architecture, you'll see large stained glass windows and several religious paintings. Now, let's see the museums. First, in the northern part of the city, there is Bordeaux's iconic museum, which is located in a custom-designed contemporary building. This museum, dedicated to wines from around the world, opened in 2016 And rather than a traditional museum, it's mainly an interactive experience that engages all 5 senses, with features like sounds, images, and objects. And it also includes a wine tasting to finish the visit. Now, in the city's historic wine trading district, there is another museum dedicated to wine, this time focused on Bordeaux wines. It's located in the cellar of a historic building, and here as well there is a wine tasting to finish the visit. Then, west of the Old Town, in a building with 2 separate wings, there is Bordeaux's Fine Arts Museum. It houses a vast collection of artworks from different European painting schools, ranging from the Renaissance to the 19th century. Then, right in the heart of the Old Town, inside a large historic building, there is a museum dedicated to the history of Bordeaux and its region, from prehistoric times to the present day, including its history of maritime trade. Many objects from different periods are on display there. Then, at the very north of the city, inside a modern building, there is a maritime museum with a very large collection of high-quality ship models from different eras and in various sizes. And there are also other types of objects as well as paintings, all related to maritime history. Then, still in the northern part of the city, inside a vast former submarine base built during World War II, there is a huge light show museum. The main attraction is its spectacular light shows based on different themes, projected onto the walls of this giant indoor space. Now, let's see the parks. First, north of the Old Town, there is the city's main park, which was laid out in the 18th century as a French-style garden. Then, starting in the following century, it was redesigned in an English landscape style. The park also features a lake as well as a botanical garden section. Then, on the other side of the river, to the east, there is a long botanical garden. It features a pond with several types of plants arranged around it, followed by different sections that bring together a total of 1,700 plant species. And there is also a greenhouse that houses additional plants. Now let's see the viewpoints. First, from the bell tower of Bordeaux Cathedral. After climbing the stairs, you'll be able to reach the top, and from there, despite the protective fencing, you'll get a view over the city, as well as a view looking down onto part of the cathedral. Then, from the bell tower of Saint-Michel Basilica, you can get a similar kind of view as well, but from a different vantage point. Then, from the elegant arched bridge that spans the river and dates back to the early 19th century, you can enjoy views of Bordeaux's Old Town, whether from one side of the bridge or the other. Now, for more info about each place, including opening hours and prices, plus more places to see, check out our website culturefrancia.com. And if you need help planning your trip, join our Facebook group to ask your questions. And for more videos, check out our YouTube channel. It's all well organized into playlists. And to support what we do, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.